It is the 100th time I'm doing this podcast, or whatever you want to call this. So I wanted to talk about, the mind and ourself, working the mind from the self. Mm, this place of self, or the inner self, or the core being of who you are as a soul or Atma, Paramatma, whatever you want to call it. Why am I looking at you? I should look here. Okay, whatever you want to call it. Um, it's a place of bliss, peace, happiness, and everything. This is a very, very good example that I can tell you, how it is to, working from the self, realizing consciousness, realizing Krishna, Shiva, realizing, you know, what is God. That is what we have put it, what we have named it. And a lot of religions across with this name. So, normally when a child is born, he's pretty much a conscious being. A conscious being. And the mother or the father or the family, they give them a name, a religion, everything to the kid, and then makes, the ego is formed, the personality of the child is formed. And now from that perspective, the child is now, the brain is completely programmed in a way that, okay, this is what it is, this is structured, everything is, in habitual way. And for him, when he gets into the outside world, the community of this, he adds in more. Our mind is like a trash bin, like Sadhguru says. But yeah, it is true. It is like a trash bin of memories, thoughts, a data bank. That is a good way to say. A data bank to store everything. Mind is to store everything. And what happens is this mind, when it is not in the control of the self or the inner self, it gets bombarded, the mind takes control over the self. And now the self is like a slave to the mind. And what happens is now it is on a loop, a habit. And now it is like the self is like pretty much, no, I cannot live without it. It's like I cannot do anything without the ego. And the ego is like, I'm the master, I'm gonna control you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna do everything to you. I'm going to, you know, sabotage you, internally kill you with memories, thoughts that you have gathered around few years of your lifetime. And now it is killing you, it is affecting you in a way. It is, the mind that you were holding now is holding you back. You get the idea. You get the idea of things where I'm bringing this. Yeah, this is the most easiest way or logical way that I can explain you guys about what a self means. Is deeper than that, but this you can understand, I guess. And now it is controlling you. It is all, It is like a I'm I'm gonna control. I'm gonna manipulate you. I'm gonna do things to you. And now the self is pretty much dying in its place. The ego is pretty much controlling it. That now it is like, well, it has nowhere to run. Now it's dying. It's pretty much dying inside the body. And only way to bring it out, or for the mind to come back to its own stillness, or is to surrender, because the mind will not allow you to do it. The mind is like like the greatest enemy that you can have, and it is a very good friend if you know how to use it. So you get it. You get where I'm coming from. is a very good friend if you can use it. You can use it. You can use the mind rather it using you. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much it should be in your hands rather it doing its things and you are like, okay, next is what? Next is what? Next is what is a very sad place to be. And I really hope this helps a lot because this is where you have to stand. Everyone needs to stand in a place of the self and work the mind to its job. You know, you stay calm. You know, I'm saying you stay calm because now it's like it telling me to, like it's like I'm not gonna love you to be calm. I'm not gonna love you to, live a joyful life, of luxury or whatever you wanna be. But that's what happens. That's reality when you are in a dumpster. Yeah, yeah. And in the Bible it says that be still and know that I'm God. It's true. This true is a mind that is always in its confusion, in its doubts, in its a wide range of nonsense. But your true self, your loving self, your spirit is completely in joy, happiness.
What?
It's how a child is. When you observe a child for 1 hour or 2 hours, they're pretty much bursting with laughter and love and peace. But when they, grow up and become 15, 16, they've been bombarded with all these,
Blah, blah, blah.
it kills their spirit. It kills their spirit in a way that, the next time they think to do something, the next second the bombarding or whatever people have said will come into their mind and it's gonna kill them from inside. And I know this is going off topic, but I would love to say, why the society has become so pressured in a way that I can say that we are living in this illusion that if we do things, we're gonna get it, or if we if we are having all this money, cars, we're gonna be successful. You know why? Because you're depending your happiness is on the car that you buy, you're depending on the money that you gather. But the self, your true self, is completely in peace and love and happiness. It doesn't need anything for it to add on to. It doesn't need money. It doesn't need anything. It doesn't need food also. Because this body, as Guru says, Sadguru says, is gathered over a period of time. And when you have come back to yourself as consciousness that you are, you don't need food. You don't need, as you say, is a keyboard to the system, the entire system, and it has its own intelligence. So as I was saying, it is pretty sad, and one should understand that from this place you can work magic. You can work with the mind to do what you want, and a child is like that. A child born in this world is like that. And when you kill a spirit of a child by telling him you're confused, you're mad, you're this, that, crazy, you are this, that, he is psychologically affected in many ways. It's many ways affected, and um, well, there is a lot of understanding to this, and it's good that people are coming out now talking about things. 'Cause I went through sexual abuse when I was young, and pretty much now that I know of, I was, when I came into the understanding of, the self and the consciousness that I am, it really didn't matter because the body is just body. I have the attachment to the body. If I can just drop it, I can just drop it because it doesn't play an important role in this life. Or, it's just a tool that I have. That I have the self as the tool to use things. For God to experience this material world that we are living in. So this body is like a tool for the self, for the Atma or Paramatma or whatever you want to call it. As I said, ego is killing us now. It is the personality, the mask, the facade, or whatever you want to call it, that we have is pretty much killing us, putting us in situations that we never thought we would be in. Um, it's just a facade. The personality that I hold now is just a facade, and inside that I know that I am, and whatever people call me names, whatever bullshit people call me, it doesn't make sense to me because I know who I am, and pretty much. So I'm like this. I have made myself. I have created my ego, the ego that I am from the self. I work from the self. I made it into this, so is not what I am, but this is the facade that I'm putting out. I can just throw it in the bin if I wanted to. It's not stuck to my face. I'm not holding it anymore. It's just loosely hanging. I can say it's just loosely hanging. I can just add in if I want. I can just throw it off if I want. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's what I wanted to say. What is? So as I'm saying, spirit. If you are in touch with your spirit, you'll be at peace. You'll be at joy. You'll be blissful. I've not, rehearsed this, or I've not. I don't have any experience on talking. I I suck at talking. But I'm just giving my try on YouTube's. I'm just having a light setup here. And going my way. Trying out new things. Trying out different things that I'm capable of doing. Let me look here. I think it's better. I don't know why I'm looking there. I think I'm. Okay. Okay, then I just wanted to say this and just update you guys on something about life that you are. Life that you are, and not the mind or the ego or the personality.